Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity. And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
And welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies. I'll be your host for today, Daniel King. With me, as most of the time, is my good friend and co-host, Brandon Bird Guy.
Hey.
Heyo.
It's Bird Guy.
So, if you don't know the gist of the show, what we're going to do is we're going to look at two movies. One of them, it's something we both think is a pretty damn good movie. The other movie we're going to look at, not so much.
Terrible.
Not so much good. Probably bad movie. We haven't watched it yet, but by all accounts, it seems to be revered as pretty fucking awful. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. The movie that we chose for being a good flick this week is a movie called Blue Ruin. It's a 2014 release. See here. Okay, so this is a Jeremy Saulnier film who actually directed, wrote, and did the cinematography. He also has done movies Hold the Dark, Green Room, and some other shit I've not heard of. Hold the Dark and Green Room are both great films. This had a budget of less than $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it, $420,000?
It was like $420,000.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks
good.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Stars Macon Blair as Dwight, who's going to be your protagonist. You've got Devin Ratray, who is a fantastic actor in everything I've ever seen him in.
Yeah.
Dude's got good comedy chops.
Yeah.
It's not a comedy, obviously, but
There's
a couple little chuckles.
Yeah.
He's going to play Dwight's friend Ben. Also stars Amy Hargreaves,
I think, yeah.
plays Sam, Dwight's sister. Dwight played again by Macon Blair. And Kevin Kolnak. Kolak?
Yeah, I think it's
Kevin Kolak. Plays Teddy. So there are other people in this movie. It's a larger cast than that. These are just the main characters, or the characters that have speaking parts.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see.
So
here.
first of all, the tag is Revenge Comes Home. So it's a revenge film, ladies and gentlemen.
Good revenge flick.
And it's great. I think if you were to, ask what this movie's about,
I am.
I'm going to ask.
That's what I was going to ask.
Dwight, the main character, he is essentially a drifter, right?
Yeah, he looks like he's doing a fair amount of drifting, but
Yeah.
really just sitting in one place eating like carnival food out of the trash. He's a homeless man.
He's a homeless man.
Yeah, if you don't count a Pontiac,
Yeah, he's got
a Plymouth. What kind of car is that?
I'm
shitty.
not sure. It's
a shitty
piece
car.
of shit.
Yeah, it's a big piece of shit.
Yeah,
It's got some bullet holes in it, fucking covered in rust.
yeah. That's his home essentially. But yeah, he's a drifter, kind of hobo, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
And he gets word that someone is being released from prison that has hurt a loved one of his, of Dwight's.
So,
I don't think we know what what happened in the beginning.
They don't go into it. They're just like, he's getting out today.
Yeah. So this person's getting out of prison, and he decides to get his revenge.
Yeah.
But this is a person that is not fit for anything like this. He's not fit for combat, or he has no training.
I wouldn't say he's fit to fucking properly butter a piece of toast. I mean, he's just so fucking inept at everything he's doing in the movie.
Yeah.
But that's part of what makes it great.
Yeah. So that's a general synopsis.
Man,
it's
the synopsis.
Classic revenge film.
Yeah,
but
and we're not going to do a whole ton of catering. If you haven't seen this movie and you still want to watch it, spoilers for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, spoilers here. I will say I think I said earlier, it's a great film, a very good low budget film. It's been on Netflix for years, and I think it will probably stay on there.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Yeah, I've watched it twice. Once way back when, and then I rewatched it for this. So we're gonna go ahead and go full tilt into spoilers. First thing that I've got written here is the food that he's eaten out of the dumpster in the carnival. It's probably not bad.
I know
You know, if you're a homeless guy, you'd be like, half a funnel cake. Fucking shut it the fuck down.
It was like a whole sandwich that someone had thrown out.
Corn dog? I was like, it's probably a good Italian sandwich. Got some good dressing on there. little vinegar.
I like the scene where he's in someone's home taking a bath, and I didn't realize. It's been years since I've seen this film, so I kind of forgot a lot of it, you know. But yeah, he's taking a bath in someone's home, and you see him turning the water on and off. He's like trying to listen to see if someone's coming up, you know. And finally, the people get home, and he has to bail out.
Bolts out the window.
Yeah,
pretty great.
And that was part of the drifter sequence in the beginning. But Blue Ruin, throughout the film, and I think the title refers to the car.
See, that's what I thought, but there's so much deliberate use of the color blue.
Yeah, there is.
Through the entire movie.
Yeah.
And it's, I've got tons of notes here about it.
Yeah. Or maybe I was confusing it with, like, so you mentioned it earlier, the bullet holes in the car. I think I don't remember if it was said in the movie, but that signifies it ends up being, because we already said spoilers, it ends up being his parents that were killed. That signifies the shooting. They were in that car.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say they never touch on it.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, look at this shitty fucking car with the bullet holes, eh?
Yeah. And they might have touched on it. I feel like because at the end, or closer to the end, Teddy says something about, you know, your mom she wasn't supposed to be there or whatever. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of information there.
Yeah.
But
well, the first thing I've got here is I bet that car smells like shit.
Yeah.
He's so disheveled. Like, you can almost smell him through the TV screen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he was method acting, and there's probably just like shit running down his leg, and probably that car just smells like farts and carny food so bad. Just urine. It smells like, because it shows him. There's a couple of scenes where he like pisses in a Gatorade bottle or something.
Yeah.
Oh God, I bet it's just fucking awful inside of that thing.
Disgusting.
So he's got this old beat up piece of shit car, and eventually, you know, the cop comes and gets him. She's like, "Oh, you're getting out of jail," and he's like, "Fucking time to go, bitch."
Yeah.
So he gets the battery out, puts the battery back in the car. Which, by the way, that's attention to detail,
right?
Because somebody would have stole that.
Somebody
would have
taken the battery. Yeah.
Absolutely. So he puts the battery back in the car, fires her up, and man, old Blue Betty.
Old Blue Betty runs.
Buddy. She's like a fucking top.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a NASCAR car.
They don't make them like they used to, you know?
I fucking guess they don't make them like they used to. The Plymouth?
Maybe it was a Plymouth. I don't know.
Plymouth Voyager. The old Pontiac Getter.
The old Pontiac Getter with the top speed of 65 miles an hour. So yeah, the Clelands are the enemy, the so-called enemy in this, and it's Wade, right? That's being released from prison. I think that was his name.
Yeah, I believe it is Wade. A big thing for me is I really like the color palette in this movie, like what they used to shoot the whole movie. I mean, there's so much blue in it, but just the general palette from one shot to the next, just fucking looks really good.
So
kind of
good.
Soothing, but still a little bit gritty. You know, it's like something you could just turn the volume down and go to sleep, or you don't have to turn the volume down because 90% of the movie there's no dialogue.
So speaking of, like, I love films that have very little dialogue. I don't know what it is about. I mean, if they're well done, right?
Yeah, because if they're not well done, it's like, fucking, I can't even sit through it.
What is even happening? You know, you have to. I like the fact that you have to guess a little bit, or maybe not guess, but figure out what's going on without the information. And I love films like that. I think that's why I love this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. So he finally goes and he sees the guy getting out of prison.
He's stalking him.
He follows him to a bar, and there shows a couple of points of him trying to get a gun. He steals a gun. It's got a lock on it. He breaks the gun trying to get the lock off. He fucking sucks.
He's not He's not having good luck.
No, he's not having good luck.
Doesn't know what he's doing.
And of course he's homeless, so he's like going to go buy a gun, and they're like, all right, you can come get it in 2 weeks. And he's like, fucking, I'm so homeless though. Can I buy this pistol for $7?
Well, I think he goes into like a pawn shop or something.
Yeah.
And he sees that they have cameras, and he's like, this ain't going to work.
Can't
right?
steal a gun from in there. I'm too homeless. So, he gets in his blue, I've got written here Pontiac. So he gets in his blue Pontiac with his blue Pontiac interior that probably smells like fucking Blue Oyster Club farts. And he drives it, he follows the guy, he tracks him to prison, he follows him to a bar, and he's got a knife.
Yep.
So he slips in through the back of the bar.
Which, very ballsy.
Real ballsy.
He tried one of the doors, and it was locked for some reason.
Yeah, like a side entrance,
like
I guess.
And maybe just, I don't know.
So he goes and he waits in the bathroom, and he sees the guy, and the guy makes eye contact with him.
Through the stall,
like in the crack in the stall, through the mirror.
Yeah.
And as he whips around, our hero, played by Mr. Macon Blair, I guess you'd call him a hero or a villain. I don't know. He's on a murdering spree in this. So he stabs the guy in the neck.
But it doesn't kill him.
No, it doesn't kill him. He's starting to bleed out. So the guy's choking him while bleeding profusely all over the place.
Yeah.
And then he, manages to stick the knife
finally
right in his fucking dome.
Yeah. Right in the side of the head.
That's a practical effect, and it looks so great.
Looks legit.
It looks real legit, assuming. I've never seen anybody stabbed in the neck and then stabbed in the brain.
But that's what I would assume.
That's what I imagine it looks like, though. So it looks great. He fucking botches it. He goes back outside. He's fucking covered in blood and beard. And
forgets his fucking keys to the blue Pontiac.
Yeah, the old fucking Blue Betty. He's lost the keys to her. After he tries to like flatten the tires on
the enemy's car.
On the enemy's car, and he's such a fucking pussy that the rubber stops the blade of the knife, so his hand slips from the grip down to the blade.
Cuts the fuck out of his hand.
Nasty fucking gash on his hand. So now he's got murderer blood in his blood. That's never a good start to the day.
Right.
When you just get done murdering people. So he's sitting in his car. He's freaking out. He's covered in blood.
Doesn't have his keys.
What
the fuck does he do?
Gets in the other car
with the flat tire.
That now has a flat tire and proceeds to drive down the road. There was somebody in the back seat the whole time.
Yep.
Which is a kid, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like one of the...
So it's a kid that...
the guy that he just murdered, is it his son or his nephew? I think it's his nephew, isn't it?
So we find out later that kid is actually like his stepbrother.
Right, yeah.
Because
little twisty twist at the end.
Macon, Dwight, his father, had sex with the enemy's mother. Yeah. And they had a kid. So that kid pops out of the car. What the fuck's going on, And he asks, he said, did you hurt Wade? And he says, yeah. And Wade hurt my parents is what he says.
Yeah.
And the kid says, I don't think he did. And then he just
just fucking runs away.
Yeah.
Little bitch.
And you're like, adding some mystery to this.
Yeah, a little bit of But Wade definitely did.
Turns out that he didn't.
He didn't?
No.
I thought he did. Was it the brother?
It was the father. Remember at the end? She said,
yeah.
She says, or Teddy, sorry, towards the end. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Wade just took the fall for it.
Wade took the fall for it.
I get you. I guess I missed that part of dialogue of the 5 parts of dialogue of the entire movie.
Right. So after this, he goes to his sister's, right? And they go out to eat, and he reveals, I just killed Wade.
Yeah, and she's 100% on board with it.
Yeah.
she's like, I hope he fucking suffers.
I hope he fucking suffers.
That's a weird thing about this movie is that everybody that he confronts will be like, oh yeah, I'm killing these people. They're all like, well, listen, I don't agree with murder, but fucking good for you.
They must be some fucking piece of shits. Like,
they have got to be. I mean, because that's the sort of thing that's like, hey man, you really should let it go. The guy did his time. That everybody.
Yeah, because I think they said it was like 10 years or whatever. Which I mean,
everybody has got to hate that entire fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he would just like tell the fucking mailman, by the way, I fucking just murdered a guy. It's old Wade, what's his fucking. The mailman would be like, good for you. Good for you. About time.
So something that his sister says to him, because they go out to eat, they go to a diner or whatever. And then they, all of a sudden they think, oh shit, these people are going to come after us, right?
Mm-hmm.
He realizes, they're going to come after us. We got to rush back to her house, see if the kids are okay. Dwight convinces her to leave town.
Mm-hmm.
And something that she says to him, I don't know, it kind of threw me off. I'm not sure, maybe you know what this meant, but she says, I'd forgive you if you were crazy, but you're not, you're weak.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Which I can attest to, because at that point in the movie, he shaved the beard.
Yeah.
And lost the only rugged thing about him was the beard. Like, I cannot stress this enough. For this to be your protagonist of a revenge, fairly graphic murder flick.
Yeah.
This guy just kills the shit out of so many people. He looks like the biggest pussy that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's got this big kind of scraggly beard, but he's got like those just kind of like abused puppy dog eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he shaves the beard and he like has no chin. he looks like he's never been out of the office. He's like an accountant or
yeah.
I don't know. Accountants probably have more fortitude than that. I get it. I get it on his sister's behalf. But I guess maybe that attributes to the fact that he just fucking skipped town because he couldn't deal with his problems.
Maybe, yeah. Because at first I was like, is she talking about the fact that he murdered this person? Like he couldn't let it go. But then I was like, no, she was on board with it.
She was way on board with it.
So, yeah, I guess, because he skipped town and I think, probably pissed a couple people off. So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, so turns out he's right. They are coming to get him.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And there's two of them, and they got fucking crossbows.
One of them's got a crossbow, and one of them had a...
I thought they both had crossbows.
Shotgun? Because I'm pretty sure the other one had a shotgun or something, a rifle.
Well, anyway, they fire a lot of crossbow bolts during this exchange, and they are not very good with that crossbow.
Dwight runs over one of them. Manages to get the guy in his car, and then the last crossbow shot, contact
right in the leg.
Finally, right? Like, you fucking suck with this thing, dude.
Yeah, it took a while. I think he shoots like 4 or 5 times at him. I mean, shot a couple of crossbows. You could hit a man from 50 yards. It wouldn't be.
I think it was less than that.
It's not unreasonable. Yeah.
So yeah, he makes contact. He gets him in the leg, which oof, man, he tries to get that thing out. He goes to the a pharmacy or whatever, gets some supplies, and he tries to essentially do surgery on himself.
Yeah, man, that where he tries to get that arrow out, buddy, that is fucking rough. So he's trying like mad, and then it just cuts to him like walking into a hospital.
Yeah.
I had an accident, and then he faints.
Yeah, he just falls over.
So they take the arrow out of him. Obviously, he's fucking homeless, has no identification or anything. Not like they're going to bill his fucking health insurance.
Yeah.
So he just rolls out.
He bails.
Yeah, just
leaves
bolts,
the hospital.
which is what you would do. So at this point, the guy that he's got in the trunk of the car,
wakes up,
has been in there for, you don't really know how long.
I would assume a day or two at least.
Yeah, well, less than 3 because you die of dehydration.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who plays
Teddy, or like the guy in the trunk, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, the guy who plays Teddy, Kevin Kolak, excuse me. Kevin Kolak's great in this.
Yeah,
he's so good, man.
Yeah,
and we both went to school in a podunk place in the middle of BFE,
nowhere,
with a bunch of rednecks, and not to say anything derogatory about rednecks, he just reminds me of everybody I went to high school with. He reminds me of their dad.
Yeah.
He reminds me of everybody's dad from high school. He's just a roughneck, sarcastic asshole.
Yeah. And one of the funniest parts of the movie, so the guy's in the trunk, and obviously he's banging on the trunk for like a day. Let me out, let me out. And Dwight says, not until I have a gun. I'm not letting you out until I have a gun. And the guy goes, well, shit, I can get you a gun. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's really, shit, I'll get you a gun. Oh, dude, so funny, man. Yeah, he's very funny when he finally does let him out of the trunk.
Yeah.
He gets a gun. Oh, let me back up a step. Macon Blair goes to see Devin Ratray, who's his friend, played by Ben.
Yeah, he goes to see a friend, which, by the way, Ben is based on the director's high school friend, a friend of Jeremy Saulner's.
That's cool.
He's based on,
Based on a real person.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So Ben, he's got a bunch of guns. Yep. He gives Macon Blair a gun, and he's like, fucking hook it up, bro.
Hook it up.
Kill that sumbitch. So there's a pretty good lengthy scene that I actually, this is my favorite bit from the whole movie, is when he's got the gun trained on the guy in the trunk. He pops the trunk, lets the dude out. Yeah. Gives him some water.
Gives him water, yeah.
And they sit and have an exchange of words. Yeah. And he's like, oh, fucking call whoever, whatever. Tell them, fucking,
call your family.
Call your dogs off. Let's fucking end this shit. Yeah. And watching it the whole time, you're like, this dude that's been in the trunk for a nondescript amount of days, about to die of dehydration. He gets his drink on, and then he just starts fucking roasting him. Starts roasting him. Yeah. He's like, well, this happened. And Macon Blair's like, no, this happened. And he's like, well, then there you go. You're holding the gun. You get to tell the truth. That's it. We'll settle this thing. Yeah. The whole thing, man, he's so fucking cool, calm, and collected. And you can tell Macon Blair is about to piss his fucking pants. Yeah. Dwight, excuse me.
He's in over his head.
He's very out of his element. So the whole time you're watching this, you're like, the guy in the trunk's about to get the gun. He's going to get the gun. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen when he gets it. I don't know how he's going to get it.
Yeah, because by the way, he's got a broken leg. Well, I don't think we said that earlier. But,
oh, yeah, so certainly.
That's an issue, right?
He got hit by a car. The leg gets broken. He gets stuffed in the trunk. So after an exchange, he tosses him a cell phone. He goes to make a phone call, yada, yada, yada. The guy eventually is able to grab the gun from Dwight. Yeah. While he's going to hand the other guy the cell phone. Luckily for Dwight, as he lays on the ground shitting his dockers.
He's about to die, right?
Yeah, he's about to die big time. His old buddy Ben was sitting in the bushes off, 150 yards away, and just blows his fucking face off, man.
He's like, and when he does it, after he does it, he says, I had to wait for him to aim, right?
So it'd be legal. Let's get this body off my property. So the guy's not fucking around.
That guy was perfect for that role.
That's the guy you want in your corner. I really like him in Masterminds.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's just one of God, what's his name? Wow.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, he's one of Owen Wilson's buddies. He's like, Kelly works at Wells Fargo or wherever, whatever it's called, Loomis Fargo. He's great in that. He just plays like a fat idiot in Masterminds, but he's still great to watch on screen. Yeah. What a dude to have in your corner though. Yeah. If you're going to go on a murder spree and you're not qualified for it, that's a good dude to have your back.
And he's like, dude, you missed from fucking 5 feet away because he took a shot at.
Yeah, he sizes him up. Yeah. Where Macon Blair was standing, he's like, Jesus, you missed him from 10 feet?
So he kind of tries to train him a little bit, and he's like, let's get you something a little... Or what's he say? I'm switching you to buckshot.
Yeah, he switches him to like birdshot. Or I think I really like the gun that he has there, and I meant to look this up before the show, and I just completely forgot about it. But it's like a 410 with a revolver chamber on it. Yeah. I've never seen anything like that. Like, I'm sure that's a real thing, but it's like a 410 revolver with a rifle stock. Just a fucking neat looking weird ass gun. Yeah. I've never seen one like that, and where we're out here in the middle of BFE, everybody and their moms is packing. So laid my eyes on plenty of shotguns in my day. Just never seen one like that. I thought it was cool.
So yeah, after that, I thought it was another funny little bit. After Ben helps him, they go back to Ben's house, and they're saying their goodbyes. Mm-hmm. And he fucking takes Ben's battery from his truck.
Yeah, he sure does. A blue truck, mind you.
Oh,
ooh, blue truck. The white car that he steals after murdering the guy at the bar, blue interior.
Look at you.
So everybody's his sister's car,
blue.
Miss Libby's car is blue. If he were to draw a duck, I would bet you cash money it would be a blue duck.
So yeah, he gets help from Ben.
He also tells Ben at great length about his murdering and intent to continue murdering, and his good friend Ben is also like, fuck yeah, about damn time somebody gets to murdering these assholes. It's just really bizarre to me. Even if you had really good cause, if I were to go in confidence and tell my closest colleagues that I had murdered someone and intended on murdering more people, nobody's going to be cool with that.
Right.
Nobody's going to be cool with that.
What the fuck are you doing?
So after he takes off with Ben, he's going to the cabin where all these people live.
Yeah.
So he's killed 2 of them now.
Yes.
He's killed the guy that got out of prison, and he's killed, I think it's his brother. Is Teddy his brother?
Yeah, Teddy's his older brother, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. The older brother. So he goes to the cabin where these people live that looks, again, very similar to like the places that we grew up. I've been to a party in a cabin that looked almost exactly like that.
Yeah.
But this is where Dwight's actually stepping up his game a little bit.
I will say, yeah.
Yeah, he feels like he's come a long way, and he's like, all right,
figuring some shit out.
I'm going to do this right.
Yeah.
So he parks his car. He throws approximately
one
limb on top of it.
I laughed at that too. To hide his car.
Like, oh, hell yeah. It's super.
Hell yeah,
it's super.
No one's going to see this blue-ass motherfucker.
Nobody's ever going to see this blue motherfucking car. So it's got one limb on it. Not exactly low profile. And he goes to the cabin, which the other guy had told him that nobody's there because it's deer season.
Yeah.
So he gets comfy, goes through the whole house.
Takes all the guns.
Really smart.
Well,
he thinks. Almost all the guns. Yeah.
I thought it was, I guess it makes sense. I don't know. He threw him in the little pond there. Yeah.
Yeah, good call. He can't shoot anything with him anyway.
Yeah.
He fucking can't shoot the broadside of a barn. That's why he's got a fucking 5 or 6 shot revolver gun for shooting birds. I don't know. It's a really weird gun. Yeah, so he thinks he gets all the firearms out of the house. He sets himself up a little alarm. So like a jar with some pennies in it to, if somebody opens the door, it'll knock the jar over. Pretty smart.
He waits a while.
He does wait a while. It seems like a day or two.
Yeah, it seems like a couple days where he's hanging out. He gets a little scared by a timer where the lights go on.
Yeah.
Kind of freaks him out a little bit. He thinks they're home.
I could see that. That would frighten me too.
Shit, it's time. So yeah, he hides out, and eventually, I believe it was nighttime, they come back. Mm-hmm. And Dwight leaves them a message, which I really, really liked.
Yeah.
He leaves them a message on their answering machine.
Mm-hmm. So when they come in, they want to listen to the message.
Well, I think he calls the house, right? Well, so as they're coming in, they hear the phone and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, another way that he did it was that also, but he's standing in the living room and he hears them call in and push buttons to check the mailbox.
Oh, that's what it was.
So he knows that's what it is. So he leaves another message. And that's why they come back to the cabin like a bat out of hell, because he left that long message.
Oh, okay.
They listen to it. They grabs, hey, you, come on, we got to go.
Yes.
They get there and they go to listen to the message again.
Okay.
But they don't know that he's hiding in the same room as them.
Yeah. He listens for a bit, and one of them says something, right, that sets him off. Do you remember what it was? I don't remember if it was the guy.
Something about like, because he's like, oh, I don't want you to kill my sister. And the guy's like, of course we're going to fucking kill your sister or something like that. Well, something to that effect. So he just fucking blows that dude's brains out.
Yeah. So there's a guy and then there's two women. He kills the guy. He has a little bit of a conversation with the women. And little does he know, the kid from earlier that's like, I don't think he did. I don't think he did hurt your parents. He flanks him, shoots him. Ow.
Right in the guts.
Right in the guts.
Looks bad.
Yeah.
Like when he lifts up his shirt and shows the wound.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's a practical effect. Looks really good.
Yeah.
So whoever you got to do your practical effects with a budget of less than $500,000, like, $420,000.
Yeah.
Whoever you got to do your practical effects, that dude did great.
Good job,
Great
dude.
job. Hope he's still working in the field.
Yeah. I think he kind of convinces the kid, get the fuck out of here. Like, go do something else.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think the kid, does the kid take a second shot at him and miss?
No, he just takes the one shot.
Just the one shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like, I got more bullets than you, and I don't want to kill you, so just get the hell out of here.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah.
So the kid takes off, and there's a lot more dialogue. Which there's a bit where Devin Ratray's character says to Macon Blair, he says, "Listen, for you, this is what's going to get you killed. No speeches.
No speeches.
Point the gun, pull the trigger,
Yeah.
and be done with it.
I love that line.
Those speeches are going to get you killed,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what gets him killed.
That's what happens. Yeah.
This amount of exposition at the end where he's trying to talk it out and he wants to rationalize it.
If you're gonna do it, just fucking do it.
You didn't come this far to fucking sit down and have a powwow with him and let it go. You're gonna have to murder the whole family. That's just it.
So these two women are still alive, and they best him. They have a hidden gun underneath their fucking recliner.
Yep.
Did they hit him with that, or was it just for the shot from the kid?
I think she shoots at him, and then he shoots her, and then he shoots the other woman. At which point he bleeds out.
Yeah,
because she fucking unloads at him. She's like,
Yeah.
"Ka, ka, 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 ka." I think maybe she hits him once or twice, but he's still kicking.
Yeah,
still kicking enough to fucking ruin her blue.
Ruin that blue.
Just fucking ruin that blue. And it's a big reveal at the end is that that Macon Blair's character's parents who are killed, his father had an affair with all these people he's been murdering with the wife.
Their mother.
Their mother or
Yeah.
whatever. And that's why the father originally killed Macon Blair's parents.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, did he suffer or whatever? He's like, nope. He drank and he smoked and he fucking watched TV and he fucking died a free man.
Yeah, because Wade took the fall.
Yeah. And there's a bit where he's prepping everything at the cabin. And you see him at the kitchen sink just fucking chugging water.
And I was like, what is he doing?
Gross looking water, too.
Yeah,
It does
I know,
not
right?
look refreshing at all. And he's doing it just so he can take a piss on that. That guy's great. That's a pretty great bit.
That's a good bit.
I like that a lot. So I gave this 7.8, maybe 8 thumbs out of 10 thumbs.
8 thumbs.
How many thumbs you got?
I give it 8.5 thumbs.
Hard 8.5 thumbs.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid, man. It's a really good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's breezy too. Hour 30, maybe hour 20 without the credits.
Yeah.
Just good, fun movie. Well shot. Good cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
The screenplay I can't imagine took more than a couple hours to write, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, really well done.
Kind of atmospheric at times.
Oh yeah.
I like the whole feel of it.
So that being said, there's not a lot else that we can talk about this movie.
Yeah, I think we've hit all points.
I think my biggest takeaway from it is you don't have to spend $1 billion to get 3 good actors.
Yeah.
The sister had a pretty minor part in the movie. She was still good in it.
She was very good.
She was very good. The guy that played Teddy, again, Kevin Kolnak. Why do I keep trying to put an N in there? Kevin Kolak. Kevin Kolak. Kolak, whatever. Kevin, if you're listening to this, you're not listening to this, so who cares? But you were great in this fucking movie, man. I loved him as Teddy. I thought he was magnificent, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just a really, really good performance. Macon Blair, Oh, I never wanted to slap the shit out of somebody so bad in my life for just being such a fucking, just a wet blanket of a human being. But that's what the character calls for, and that's part of what makes the story so good.
Exactly.
Devin Ratray, I want to see him in more stuff.
Right.
I like him. I like him in a comedy. I like him in a drama. I like him in general. I think he's.
I don't think I've seen him after like Masterminds. I don't feel like I've seen him in really anything.
I want to say maybe he's in that movie about ice skating. What's it called? With old what's her fuck? Margot Robbie. I, Tonya. I think, is he in I, Tonya? Or am I thinking of a different guy?
I do not see that.
Not seeing him in I, Tonya?
No.
All right. I, Tonya also, that we could definitely do an episode on that. It's a great movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, hey, if that's not on your list that motherfucker. That is a good ass movie.
It's going on the list.
I watched it twice.
Nice.
I really liked it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you remember the Tonya Harding scandal from your childhood, it's a good look at it because evidently Tonya Harding was kind of, and I don't use this term loosely, she's kind of just trailer trashy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just a real fucking piece of shit.
Piece of work.
She can ice skate her ass off though.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, I want to see Devin Ratray in more stuff. If anybody out there is listening to this and doing casting, fucking get Devin Ratray in your movie. He's fun. It's a good fun time.
Yeah.
So all that being said, that's our good movie for the day. Time to watch a bad movie. We're going to be watching a 1984 release, Exterminator 2. At a first glance, this really just looks like explosion porn.
Yeah. I
don't know what this is about. It's just a revenge movie, and it is not well heralded.
Right.
Had a budget of $3 million, made $3.7 million in the box office. But for 1984, that's probably pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a good baseline for that. This is directed by a Mark Buntsman, sweet name, starring Robert Ginty, Mario Van Peebles, Deborah Geffner? Deborah Geffner, maybe?
Oh, I know her.
Erwin Keys, excuse me,
Keith Irwin?
Reggie Blythewood, and Frankie Faison.
Oh.
This has got a 0% on the tomato meter.
Because no one watched it?
It's got a 4.5 out of 10 on IMDb. I think that's probably generous.
Very generous.
This looks awful. It's got just like almost like a hand-drawn looking picture of a guy holding a flamethrower on the cover.
On the cover, yeah.
It looks real bad, but we're going to watch this fucking thing, and then we'll come talk to you about it. So we're going to throw it to a couple of our sponsors. Again, if you guys get these promo codes, they really do help us out, so we appreciate you listening to them. But we'll be back in a few minutes, and enjoy yourselves. We're going to go have several beers.
Several.
Speed, power, luxury, sacrifices you're willing to make. Rated 14th in its class. Revolutionary one-wheel drive technology. 6 consecutive years of J.D. Power and Associates awards denied. 100-mile powertrain warranty. The all-new 2021 Fartnuggle GT. Experience the thrill of unexpected drifting like never before. Old world craftsmanship for the adventurer in all of us. Limited options, like very limited. Visit your local Fartnuggle dealer now for details on the new GT, PX9, and POS full-size sedan. Safety waiver must be signed to test drive. 2.9% APR financing available. This winter, stay white knuckle. Go fart knuckle.
And we're back. Exterminator 2. Wow. What a thing somebody made.
Yeah. Looking back, the last bad movie we watched, the This was oof. I would rather watch Wing Commander again.
I'd watch Wing Commander 10 times over to not have to watch
Exterminator 2.
Exterminator 2. Like, what the fuck is the point of this? Okay, so I will do my best to give a brief synopsis of what this was.
Yeah, because you took a lot of notes. I have here on my notepad, it just says no. So I didn't really get much from the film.
Yeah, so it's really confusing what the point of it is.
And also, we didn't watch the first Exterminator.
Right, so that may have been...
But it was apparently pretty good.
Well, it certainly was better than this. Okay, so this movie, I think, is about like a gang of street toughs, and one of them, like his signature thing, is like fishnets or football pads, and there's another one that his signature thing is roller skates.
Yeah,
which is pretty abnormal. Imagine like the Foot Clan from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, how they go to that, they like just have a bunch of refrigerators and colored TVs that they've stolen, and they're all smoking Marlboros. And drinking like presumably stolen RC Cola.
Yeah.
It's kind of that, but this guy wants to get quote unquote magic dust enough to quote unquote cover the streets. So I don't know what kind of like heroin or cocaine or what, angel dust, or
I think it was heroin.
I'm still not sure. So this guy, the king of the street toughs, makes a deal with some presumably mobsters,
I guess.
Like well dressed under like seedy undercity types. And there's a guy with a flamethrower that does not like it, and then he's banging a stripper.
I don't know if that's the same guy though. That's
yeah.
the thing, is like, okay, I guess that's him. Like he was the guy in the first movie. And then, I don't know, man. I'm so confused by the whole film.
You're talking about Robert?
Yeah, Robert Ginty. Yeah, in the film he plays John Eastland. And
I don't think I heard anybody say his name the entire movie. You just had to infer it.
No, because at the end, remember, he's like, "Come here, Johnny."
Oh,
I'm coming up, Johnny. And you thought
he does call him Johnny. I thought maybe that was like an urban slang that I wasn't familiar with from 1984. So this whole movie's fucking terrible. I mean, it's an absolute train wreck. Normally, we'd sit down and go, okay, so how do we make this a serviceable thing? I don't know that you can. I think you kind of just have to cut your losses and start over with something else.
Yeah.
So it comes
because
down
there's
to,
no story there. As far as I'm concerned, like there's not a coherent.
No, there's like a Foot Clan type organization. They want to buy some drugs. Flamethrower guy, Exterminator, Johnny.
Yeah, he meets a
stripper.
Dancer. She's not a stripper. She's a dancer.
She's an exotic dancer. Excuse me. There's free beer at the bar that he's at.
There's always free beer at the bar that she dances at.
Yep, there's signs there. There's free beer.
That makes no sense.
That's probably the best part of the movie, is imagining a place where there's just free beer.
The only redeemable quality other than that, I think, was the explosions. There was some actual, like, the explosions actually looked good.
Little explosion porn. Yeah, they blew some shit up proper.
The way that the explosions happened.
Yeah, like
that's
the guy's driving a garbage truck and he just barely clips another car and it just like mushroom cloud style explodes. I don't know what the fuck this was supposed to be. So his stripper girlfriend gets beaten up by these street toughs for an indiscernible reason, and she can't walk, but she can wiggle her toes.
Yeah, they hit her. I guess they hit her in the legs with like a A little stick.
So she's paralyzed, but also she's not.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to help her, and he's like, "Come on, wiggle your toes. Just do it, damn it." And she's like, "I can't fucking do it." And she gets a blanket, and he's like, "Get back in the chair." And she's like, "I don't want to get in the damn chair." And then he leaves. He just leaves her there. She's paralyzed.
Yeah.
Sitting on the floor of her apartment.
And
can't get in her wheelchair, and he just leaves
dips
her
out.
there. And we never come back to her.
Well, we do.
We do?
Because they fucking kill her.
They
at the
kill
end.
her.
You didn't. I think you were writing something down, but towards the end, it pans to her in her apartment. She's got the red X on her. She's sitting. She's laying naked.
Oh yeah,
on the
I
bed.
did see that. Yeah. I didn't put two and two together that was her.
So they killed her.
They spray painted a red
And
X on her, and
that was another thing that they did. They like spray painted like red X's.
butt raped her. I don't.
Maybe. I mean,
I'm not sure what the takeaway is supposed to be from that scene. I'm not sure what any of this is. Here's a couple of things that I have written down. Number one, fuck you, director Mark Buntsman. Number two,
that was number one.
Okay, so there's a lot of a guy wearing a welder's mask in this movie, using a flamethrower. Have you ever put on a welder's mask?
No,
It's
I don't think so.
It's like absolute blackout.
Yeah.
The only thing you can see in a welder's mask is the arc from a welder, which you're not supposed to look at directly without a welder's mask. But I do know a joke about a welder's mask.
Okay.
So there's a little boy, he's walking home from school, and he looks in the trash, and he sees a welder's mask. So he puts it on, and he starts walking. And then this guy rolls up next to him, and he's like, "Hey, kid, where you going?" The kid's like, "I'm fucking going home, buddy." So the guy's like, "Hey, why don't you hop in my Buick LeSabre? I'll give you a ride." Kid lifts up the welder's mask and looks at the guy and goes, "Okay, yeah, sure." So they're driving down the road, and the kid's wearing his welder's mask. And the guy looks over at the kid, and he says, "Hey, kid, you know what sodomy is?" And the kid lifts up the welder's mask, and he looks at the guy, and he's like, "Nah, man, I don't know what that is." And he puts the welder's mask back down. He's looking out the window. They get down the road a few more miles. The guy looks at the kid, and he goes, "Hey, kid, you know what fellatio is?" And the kid lifts up the mask and goes, "Nah, mister, I don't know what that is." And he puts the welder's mask back down. He looks back out the window. Get a little further down the road, and he pulls off onto a gravel road turnoff. Clearly where the kid doesn't live, but he's wearing a welder's mask, so he doesn't know. And he goes, "Hey, kid, do you know what a pedophile is?" And the kid lifts up the welder's mask and goes, "Listen, mister, I hate to break it to you. I'm not a real welder." Woo! Okay, so
that was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, really, that joke.
The joke that had nothing to do with the movie.
Yep. There's a guy in one of the opening scenes that's he's just killing like a homeless guy on the street, and he's laughing like a fucking hyena.
Yeah, so it seemed like there was some sort of cult, but like I don't understand what their mission was really.
I don't think they understand what their mission was.
Were they trying to take down the man, or?
Yeah, and then you get flamethrower guy that comes in out of nowhere, laying on a new take on Crispy Boys. It just fucking, it's so weird. It somehow, and I don't know what like wormhole they go in through this, but somehow the older of the Byers brothers from Stranger Things is in this.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is in it. It's the way it's cut is so fucking confusing. And the street toughs that are obsessed with like murdering people, they never address why. Like they
had some sort of speech, but
they're ritualistically taking people out to the train tracks and spray painting them and getting them hit by a train for fun.
Who knows? I guess
Maybe they're.
The 80s were a weird fucking time,
Jesus, yeah, I just don't know. And it's got this really weird, like funk music score to it
that does not fit.
It doesn't fit at all.
Doesn't fit.
No, not even a little bit. Nobody on the face of the planet spends that much time on roller skates. There's just the one guy, he fucking roller skates and dances everywhere until he dies. They show one scene with him not wearing roller skates, and it's because he's getting ready to put them on. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah. I don't know. It's so odd because it's never really clear that our protagonist is the Exterminator until, I guess...
Yeah, it's really not.
Just, I don't know. And he hitches a ride with a garbage truck man. The garbage truck man dies.
Yeah, he gets shot up.
Hey, you can have my garbage truck.
After they go to like some weird secret membership hidden bar.
It was the same bar though,
where he met the stripper girl.
Yeah,
but it was supposed to be a different place.
I think so.
It was supposed to be a totally different place because the stage was different, but the bar was exactly the same.
Yeah, and when they went in, they were like, "Do
you have a membership?
You got a membership?
Yeah, you guys got a fucking."
And then remember when they were leaving the bar, they're like, "Barkeep, can I get my stuff?" And the bartender just has all their clothes.
Hands them like a gym bag and a couple of coats, and it's fucking so weird. If that was ever a thing, I guess I just have totally missed that, and I am from a bygone era way after that happened. There's a bit where they kidnap a girl and presumably shoot her up with heroin.
Yeah,
and she is just going straight Jurassic Park 3 pterodactyl, just screaming
before getting shot up.
Well, after she gets the heroin,
obviously
assume she just fucking like shits her pants and passes out. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so fucking weird. Yeah, I've got written here the same bar as the opening scene, but different somehow. There's a bit where our protagonist and his friend, who is a trash man, who drives a Mack trash truck, but Mack trucks aren't trash trucks, at least not to the best of my knowledge, certainly not around here. Mack truck's like an 18-wheeler, like big rig type of deal.
Yeah, I'm sure they made trash trucks.
They probably made trash trucks. That's probably not unusual. But there is a bit where our protagonist and the guy that owns the trash truck and the newfound stripper girlfriend are all like drinking tall boys, driving around New York City at night. I guess it's late. Like I assume it's late because they shut down the quote unquote strip club.
Yeah,
to go drinking and driving.
So they were at the club, right? And the girl finishes up her routine and she gets off stage. She goes to the bar. She's like, let's go dance, and he's like, oh, I'm not really much of a dancer.
I don't dance. I kind of look like Drew Barrymore, but a man.
And then his buddy's like, well, let's go get some breakfast. How about that? Like out of nowhere. They're like, all right, that sounds...
And then they don't.
And they get in his trash truck and then they don't.
If I was out drinking all night, burning street toughs to death with a flamethrower, and presumably banging a stripper and driving around in a trash truck drinking malt liquor.
Yeah.
And I was promised breakfast, and that was not our destination, I would be
pissed.
Fucking so furious.
Well, he starts making out with his newfound,
Yeah, I suppose that's true. If he, I guess he's having pussy for breakfast.
So
it's so bad.
They start making out in the trash truck, and old boy bails. So our protagonist has to drive the truck. He bails on his own truck.
He's grinding gears all over the place. He's tearing that fucking Mack truck up.
But then they go back to one of their places to have the weirdest sex.
Yeah.
That I've never seen. Because they were just like...
It seems like they just are having sex by laying their heads on each other's chests.
softly kissing to music that doesn't fit.
Oh my god!
Sex scene.
No, it's like just awful, just absolutely awful, man. And then the next day, it cuts to the next day after they have consummated their relationship, and she's standing in that weird like concert area dancing.
Yeah, she's dancing.
She's dancing ballet, but she's fully clothed, and he's sitting really far away in a bleacher chair.
Yeah.
And it's real long and quiet and just like, what the fuck is this?
It's unnecessary.
And then she stops and he gets way too excited about it. Like over the top. Like he just saw somebody drive a monster truck over the Grand Canyon.
It'd be a garbage truck.
It would be a garbage Mack truck over the Grand Canyon in the back of a Bigfoot.
Yeah, he got so excited for her routine.
Yeah.
It pans from them. They're like, all right, we gotta go. We gotta go. Mm-hmm. And we see, what do we see? We see our enemies in the distance.
Yeah.
They clearly didn't see.
But they're not that far away.
They're not that far away. They're just stalking them.
The camera angle kind of makes them look far away. Real lifestyle, they're maybe 60 yards away. Like, you would clearly see them.
You'd be like, what the fuck are those guys doing watching?
Yeah, they're just sitting there staring. She's just dancing her ass off, and people are standing there with fucking nunchucks.
Like, that's the thing is like...
switchblades.
Yeah, because like he's... if she's at a right angle or whatever, and they're off to his left, he can clearly still see them.
And it just like they were invisible there the whole time, this whole movie is...
None of it made sense.
It's so bad. Good things about it. It's got some nunchucks. It does end. There's some pretty dope breakdancing.
Oh wow. That was the weirdest breakdancing I've ever seen. Some of it was kind of cool, and then some of it looked like if a little kid was trying to breakdance. What else was cool about the movie? Well, like I said earlier, there were some good explosions.
He does a crab walk.
Yeah, the crab walk with
the crab walk thing, breakdance, crab walk,
crab people.
That was pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't fit in the movie, but it was cool.
And then she tries to start dancing with those guys.
Yeah, this is before she gets paralyzed.
Yeah.
But then she's super paralyzed.
Yeah.
And then she gets murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I've written here, what is anyone's motivation in this? I just don't understand why anybody is doing the things that they're doing. Not a single one person.
The only thing that I can come up with is after they attack his new girlfriend. I guess that's where the revenge part comes in.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, other than that, why people are doing the things that they're doing, no idea. I couldn't follow any of it.
It's like an 8-year-old wrote this story, and they were just it's very and then he had the flamethrower, and because they killed her, and the bad guys had the drugs from the other badder guys, and it just
and they put X's on them, and X is, and if you know about anything about X's, it marks the spot.
I know one thing, that Robert Ginty is a fucking man unhinged after they kill his already paralyzed exotic dancer associate.
And I think that's, like I was saying, that's really the only thing that makes sense about that. Like, obviously, he's going to be pissed off. Yeah, but it did show her boobs.
Why'd they kill her? We did see her boobs. She had pretty okay boobs.
That was not bad.
Much,
I was surprised to see boobs in this film.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to get boobs. Not that that's a selling point for me, but if I'm going to watch a movie this long that's this bad, boobs help. It's little spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. You know what I mean? It's so bad.
What else you got there?
I've got booby trapped trash truck.
Oh,
because he
God.
he rigs he like MacGyver's the trash truck with guns that he operates via a pulley system.
Yeah, from inside the trash truck.
From inside the trash truck.
But the guns not only shoot,
he can aim them.
He can aim them. So that's a thing.
I don't know how you could service this and make this a real movie. What you could do is fire everybody and don't make this and make John Wick instead. Or like an I Spit on Your Grave or any other bad movie is probably better than this. This is one of the biggest pieces of shit that I've ever sat through.
It was hard to...
We were watching it and I teased after the first 15 minutes about I should just skip 20 minutes of this because it won't matter. And I could have. We could have been done with this way earlier because...
Well, yeah, that and I think 20 minutes in, we kind of decided, you can't save this. We're just going to...
Yeah, this is not even a serviceable film.
We're just going to talk shit on this and that's going to be it.
That's it. I mean, that's really all I can do.
You got anything? Did you
Robert Ginty, Mario Van Peebles, everybody, Mark Buntsman, may God have mercy on your souls.
Wait, who was Mario Van? Where do we know him from?
I think Mario Van Peebles was the king of the street toughs.
No, I know, but I wonder what else he's been in.
Oh, he looked familiar,
right? Says he's been in Lost, Sons of Anarchy, Bloodline.
He was in Lost?
Probably small parts. He was in Jaws: The Revenge. Wow. Jaws: The Revenge has a 3 out of 10. Maybe we need to visit that.
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
Write us yes or no. You can at me for that. Is that worth my time? Clearly it's better for this. I don't know, man. IMDb gave this a 4.5 out of 10.
That is, yeah, I think we said that earlier. It just seems
That's a crock of shit.
Very generous.
Is what that is. That's somebody who this is the first movie they ever saw. And they were just awestruck by the magic of the silver screen to begin with.
Yeah, or it's people that watch bad movies to have a good time. To get off.
To climax.
I fucking love that shit.
Yikes, man. Yeah, I mean, normally I would try to... I'd say let's recast this and fix it and make our money back. I mean, this movie made money, strangely enough. It made like $500,000.
Like I said, man, the 80s were a weird time.
The 80s were a weird time.
You were born in
85.
Oh, you were born in 85?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were born a year after this movie.
I guess the war on drugs was kind of at its height.
Yeah.
So heroin was almost as scary as like Satanism from Satanic Panic. I'm not sure, or maybe just like oily black guys wearing football pads were the height of terror in 1984
in New York City.
In New York City, I cannot stress this enough. This is a real bad movie, and most bad movies, I think, are at least serviceable. You could at least turn them into something that's profitable.
Yeah.
This, you would have to scrap it down to bare bones. If I would say you could do anything with it, keep your fucking $3 million and just give it all to Edgar Wright and have him hire one person and make it kind of like in the same vein as Drive with Dennis Gosling.
Yeah.
But get somebody cheaper. Make most of the film silent.
There you go. Yeah.
You could do that.
Or just don't make it.
Just a guy with a flamethrower in a trash truck, real rebel without a cause, drinking some gin, having sex with a exotic dancer.
Yeah.
Who's paralyzed.
Yep.
Or, to really hit that cultural vein, maybe the exotic dancer is paralyzed when he goes into the bar and sees her for the first time. You know what I mean?
Wait, so she just like on stage? Like
I
what?
I don't know. Maybe she's got a seat belt on her on her chair and she's swinging around the pole. I fucking don't know. I'm just trying to think how to make this any more interesting than it already is, which wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard. You could have two dudes sitting outside a gas station talking, and one of them just like walks up to a guy pumping gas in his car and pisses on his pant leg and runs off. That's a better movie. This is so stupid.
Yeah, it really was. It was hard to watch. I don't know, man, how this was made.
Normally, I don't really have a problem sitting through bad movies. I can find something that I like and just hold on to it or make fun of it enough. This didn't even make enough sense to make fun of for most of it.
For most of it didn't. That's the thing. Like I was saying, like the previous bad movie that we watched, it was kind of fun because we were able to...
Something was going on. Not sure what.
We were able to make fun of it.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Yeah, and this was not even that. So,
So never watch...
You're welcome. You're very welcome for thinning that one out for you. If you have 1984 Exterminator 2 on your list, maybe just go ahead, just scratch that.
Throw that VHS out.
Yeah, maybe rewatch Terminator or RoboCop or fucking go outside and watch the grass grow or
write your own movie.
Write your own movie. It can't be worse than this. I encourage you to write a short story about a guy who is fed up with crime and burns people alive with a flamethrower, and I fucking bet you money it's better than this.
Netflix will surely pick it up.
I think Netflix would turn this down.
But I'm saying if
Mark Buntsman strolled into Netflix and was like, "Have I got a story for you?" They'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here, Mark Buntsman, right now. Get your goddamn roller skates on and get the fuck out of my office." I don't know what else I have to add to that. It just was real bad, not serviceable garbage from the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you got anything to add on there?
We saved, if you're listening to this, we saved you an hour and a half.
You're welcome.
Of your life those are crucial moments.
Spend that time gazing into your lover's eyes or, smelling the roses or maybe just going outside and sucking up some of that nice, cool autumn breeze or
taking an extra long shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Take yourself to Pound Town.
Yeah.
For an extra hour and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And don't watch this instead. But I think that's going to do it for us for this episode of It's Just Two Movies. Special thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams. Please check out his music at suns.bandcamp.com. That's sunds.bandcamp.com. And another special thanks to Lamplighter Productions for our amazing artwork. Be sure to check them out on Instagram at lamplighter_productions_IL. Check us out on Twitter or Instagram at It's Just Two Movies. And we have a website too. I have no idea what the URL is yet, but it's going to be real good. If you like the show, please leave a like or subscribe. It does help the show out a lot. If there's anything else about this, if Exterminator 2 is your favorite movie, don't fucking write me.
Don't fucking at me.
Yeah, don't fucking at me if this is your favorite movie, like ever, for any reason. If you like 30 episodes down the road, if you're like, I got a valid point, Danny would really like to know that, and I wouldn't.
Nah,
I don't care. If Exterminator 2 is at the top of your list, it's gonna be a hard pass for me.
It belongs in the garbage truck.
Yeah, it belongs in the garbage truck. Max Compact. All right, well, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great night.
See ya.
You guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that phone call for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob, we don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind. Cousin business is booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.